Where does your focus lie when you encounter difficulties in life? This is a question that we often find ourselves grappling with, isn't it? When the going gets tough, where do our minds wander? More often than not, we find ourselves fixated on the problem at hand, scrutinizing every detail, every angle. We become engrossed in the complexities of the issue, losing sight of everything else. This singular focus, as natural as it may seem, is often the root cause of much of our stress and anxiety. It's like trying to navigate a stormy sea while only looking at the towering waves and ignoring the guiding stars. It's easy to lose our way, isn't it? To be consumed by the chaos of the storm and forget about the calm that lies beyond. But what if there was another way? What if, instead of focusing on the turmoil, we shift our gaze towards a beacon of hope, a source of strength and peace? What if we choose to focus not on the problem, but on the solution? This is where the idea of shifting our focus towards Jesus comes into play. Now, this is more than just a religious concept. It's about finding a source of strength, an anchor in the storm, regardless of your faith or belief system. It's about finding a sense of peace amidst the chaos, a light in the darkness. Imagine for a moment being in the midst of a storm, but instead of focusing on the raging waves, you fix your gaze on a distant lighthouse. That lighthouse, that beacon of hope, represents Jesus. By focusing on Him, we can navigate through our troubles with a sense of calm and peace, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. So I ask you again, have you ever considered focusing on Jesus in times of trouble? Perhaps it's time to shift your focus. And who knows, you might just find the strength and peace you've been searching for. Do you know the power that lies in your focus? It's a curious concept, isn't it? This notion of focus. It's more than just about the direction of your gaze. It's about the concentration of your energy, the channeling of your thoughts, the alignment of your heart and mind. Focus, my friends, is an extraordinary tool we all possess. It can be the lens through which we view the world, a prism that refracts the light of our experiences, turning the everyday into something extraordinary. Consider your day-to-day life. Perhaps you're stuck in traffic on your way to work. You can focus on the frustration, the wasted time, the honking of horns, and the stress that builds up. Or you could shift your focus to the music playing on the radio, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the opportunity to take a deep breath and a moment of calm in the midst of chaos. See how a simple shift in focus can change your entire perspective. It can turn a moment of tension into a moment of tranquility. Or perhaps you're facing a challenge, a mountain that seems impossible to climb. You could focus on the height of the peak, the steepness of the slope, the fear of the fall. Or you can shift your focus to the strength in your legs, the determination in your heart, the thrill of the climb, and the view that awaits you at the top. Again, a shift in focus can change your reaction to the situation. It can turn a moment of fear into a moment of courage, a moment of doubt into a moment of determination. But this power of focus isn't just about changing your perspective on the external world. It's about transforming your internal world. It's about shaping your thoughts, molding your emotions, and guiding your actions. Your focus can either be the light that guides you, the force that drives you, the fire that fuels you, or it can be the fog that obscures your vision, the chain that binds you, the weight that drags you down. Your focus can either be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. What does it mean to focus on Jesus in times of trouble? This question brings us to the heart of our spiritual journey, the core of our faith. Focusing on Jesus is a deliberate choice, an intentional shifting of our gaze from the storm around us to the solid rock beneath us. It's about recognizing that, in the midst of our troubles, there is a presence that is greater, a love that is stronger, and a promise that is sure. At its heart, focusing on Jesus is an act of faith. It's about trusting in His promises, believing in His goodness, and resting in His love. It's about knowing that He is with us, even when the winds of life are howling and the waves of troubles are crashing around us. Focusing on Jesus involves prayer. It's about pouring out our hearts to Him, telling Him our fears, our doubts, our hopes, and our dreams. It's about asking Him to guide us, to give us wisdom, and to fill us with His peace. But it's also about surrender. It's about letting go of our need to control, our desire to fix everything, and our tendency to worry. It's about acknowledging that we are not enough, but He is. It's about saying, "Not my will, but yours be done." When we focus on Jesus, something remarkable happens. The chaos around us may not immediately change, but our perspective does. We start to see our troubles through His eyes, and we begin to understand that they are not the end of our story, but part of a greater purpose. In the midst of the storm, focusing on Jesus brings a calm that defies understanding, a peace that transcends circumstances, and a clarity that cuts through confusion. It's like being in the eye of a hurricane where everything is still and quiet, even though the winds are raging around us. Focusing on Jesus is not about denying our troubles, but about finding strength and peace in Him. It's about standing firm in the storm, knowing that we are not alone, and that our faith is built on a rock that cannot be shaken. What happens when we shift our focus to Jesus? Every transformation begins with a single step, and that step in our spiritual journey is shifting our focus from our troubles to Jesus. So, what transpires when we make this shift? The first thing we notice is the awakening of inner peace. You see, when we concentrate on our troubles, we're often consumed by worry, fear, and anxiety. Yet when we shift our gaze to Jesus, we begin to experience a tranquility that transcends understanding. It's like standing in the eye of a storm. Everything around you might be chaotic, but within, you're in a state of serene calm. This peace doesn't mean the absence of problems. Instead, it signifies the presence of a power greater than any problem. Now let's talk about strength. Many of us are familiar with the phrase, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." But have we truly understood its depth? When we focus on Jesus, we're not just reciting these words, we're living them. We find ourselves empowered to face our troubles head-on, not because we're mighty, but because we're connected to the source of all strength. Moreover, this shift in focus cultivates resilience. Imagine a tree deeply rooted, standing tall amidst a storm. It sways, it bends, but it doesn't break. That's resilience. And that's what we gain when we focus on Jesus. We become like that tree, deeply rooted in faith, able to withstand life's storms without breaking. Let me share a story. There was a man, burdened by his troubles, feeling lost and defeated. Then he decided to shift his focus to Jesus. As he did, he noticed a change. He was still facing troubles, but he was no longer consumed by them. He found peace amidst chaos, strength in weakness, and resilience against adversity. When we focus on Jesus, our troubles don't disappear, but our ability to handle them improves. Remember, it's not about the absence of the storm, but the ability to dance in the rain. So how can you shift your focus to Jesus in your moments of trouble? Well, let's dive into some practical steps and strategies that could help in shifting your focus towards Jesus. The first step is prayer. Prayer isn't just about asking for help. It's about acknowledging that we're not alone in our struggles. It's about reaching out to Jesus, the one who loves us unconditionally, and inviting Him into our lives. Next, consider meditation. Now, don't be put off by the term. Meditation in this context is simply about quietening your mind and tuning into God's presence. It's about creating space in your busy day to simply be with Jesus. It's about letting go of your worries and anxieties and allowing Jesus to fill that space with His peace and love. Reading the Bible is another powerful way to shift your focus. The Bible is more than just a book. It's a direct line of communication from God. It's full of wisdom, guidance, and promises that can help you navigate your troubles. So, make it a habit to delve into the Scriptures regularly. You might be surprised at how relevant its messages are to your current situation. Finally, don't underestimate the power of community. Seek support from spiritual communities, be it your local church, a prayer group, or an online forum. These spaces are filled with people who are on the same journey of faith as you. They can offer support, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. Plus, there's something special about coming together as a community to focus on Jesus. It amplifies the energy and makes the connection feel even stronger. These are just some ways to shift your focus towards Jesus. But remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. The key is to find what works best for you and to make it a part of your daily routine. Remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows. Make sure it's flowing towards Jesus. Thanks for watching.